Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we are going to check out the DGT-15 signature David Grissom amplifier from PRS. On the heels of a decades-long collaboration between blues guitarist David Grissom and PRS, Paul Reed Smith himself is a huge fan of David Grissom. He has had several signature guitars. He's also had a 30-watt amp, I believe. Well, today, we're going to check out the 15-watt David Grissom signature amplifier from PRS. And before we go any further, this is not a sponsored video. PRS asked me to show you guys this amplifier. I'm not being paid to make this video, and this is just a loaner amp that is going to go back to PRS after I'm done making this video for you guys. I have not been asked to say anything good or bad about this amplifier. All thoughts and opinions are mine. Now, the David Grissom signature amplifier is 15 watts of saucy goodness. Now, right off the bat, David Grissom is a blues player. This is not a metal amplifier, guys. You can run an overdrive in front of it, which we'll talk about in just a second. However, this is an EL84 based tube machine, which also has a GZ34 rectifier tube for a little bit of sag. And it has bells and whistles, but not. And what I mean by that is there is a master volume that you can put in the circuit, or you can make it a non-master volume and just crank it up and have it kind of distort and overdrive naturally. However, if you want to keep that in control, you can then engage with the foot switch or on the front panel, the master volume to kind of tame the volume that happens as a result of the overdriven tubes, if that makes sense, right? So you can basically have your tonal cake and eat it too. Let's talk about some of the controls. Now, in addition to the 3-band EQ, treble, mid, and bass, you also have a boost control, which features a 3-way boost switch, and this helps kind of achieve the edge of breakup setting with increased drive and punch. And then using the boost with the foot switch, you can kind of engage it for leads if when it comes time, and then kick it off when you just want to be, Mr. Rhythm Guy. Now, there's also a bright switch, and there is a top cut. Now, the top cut utilizes phase cancellation to kind of shave off any pokey brightness that you may experience depending on the settings in which you have on the amplifier and the guitar you are using with the amplifier, if that makes sense, right? So if you have, for instance, like a Jazzmaster or a Strat or something like that, something a little bit more top-endy, you're gonna kind of roll off and turn up the top cut. I was gonna say roll off the top end by turning up the top cut. I love this style. I wish more amps actually had this feature. It's very, very nicely done. Now, on the far right of the amplifier, you also have a dedicated tremolo circuit, which is a super cool addition. I'm a big fan of tremolo. I don't really use it that often, but when an amplifier has it and I get to play it, I definitely get out my Jazzmaster and I just sit there and strum chords on the neck pickup, because this particular tremolo is very lush and kind of warm and roundy. I don't know how else to explain the tremolo, but the tremolo itself has a speed and depth control. Very, very nice, very gradual. You can do super, super fast or super, super slow. And you can make it subtle or as knock you over the head obvious as you'd like. Now, enough of my yapping. I'm gonna go ahead and grab an overdrive pedal, a Boss SD1, and I'm gonna put it in front of the DGT-15, and I'm gonna boost this to get some like hot water music-y, punk rock, rock tones out of this amplifier. I liked what I got. So without further ado, here's a full mix example of the DGT-15 from PRS. Now that we got the full mix out of the way, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a playthrough. I'm going to switch to my Ernie Ball Music Man Dustin Kensrue signature guitar with a Seymour Duncan Custom 5 in the bridge position. So this guitar has humbucker in the bridge, single coil in the neck, and you will hear me just switch back and forth between the two depending on the settings that are going on. We're gonna get gritty, we're gonna get clean, I'm gonna gauge the tremolo, I'm just gonna play around, so we're gonna hang out, we're gonna twist some knobs. Let's do a little bit of a playthrough. So what do I think? I will say up front that this amplifier is not usually in my wheelhouse, right? Like, I like rock tones and I like metal tones, and this definitely does the rock vibe, and I like the fact that it's low wattage, so you can literally, like on David's suggested settings, on his go-to settings, the master's all the way up. You can't do that with, like, 100 watt plexi or something like that. So this amplifier is definitely cool, and if you are looking around in, the Dr. Z style, low wattage, kind of clean, edge of breakup and blues amps, definitely check this guy out because it's pretty saucy. And for you blues players and rock players, I think you'd really enjoy this amplifier. All the pickable links down below in the description. And while you're down there, please feel free to hit that subscribe button to further support this channel. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.